Welcome in, everyone. We are so blessed today on the fourth episode of the KDizzle podcast to have Rahul on the show. Now, I've been asking Rahul to be a guest for a while. He's wanted to do a podcast for a while. Our scheduling didn't work out, and Rahul just got back from a work trip. So, viewers, I hope you feel fortunate. Rahul has joined right after a 3 day excursion to Cleveland, Ohio. Shout out, John. I know you're listening.
Beautiful
Rahul,
Cleveland.
let's start out. What did you think? How was the trip?
Good time, honestly. Cleveland was a lot better than I expected, honestly. I expected it to be really ugly. Actually, it was a decently nice city. I don't know.
Well,
It
any
wasn't,
city LeBron touches has got to be at least a little nice. Am I right?
hopefully. He's the
So,
king.
what about it was better than you expected? What did you do? How was the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame? I know you had a
Love
night
it,
there.
yeah.
And how was the casino?
Casino. Casino treated me right.
Really? All right.
Yeah, yeah. Um, did pretty well on Sunday night at the casino. Went back last night and played two hands, lost both, and I was like, all right, that's enough. I'm cashing out.
You know what? That's always the rule. That was my rule since the Overwatch days actually was if you lose two in a row, that's when you're done. That's when
Yeah,
you know it's just not your day. You get out of there, you pack it up. And
yep,
you knowing when to hold them, knowing when to fold them, I got a lot of respect for that. So good for you for not, blowing it all, staying up on the winnings.
yep.
Happy to hear that. And how was the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame? Was it cool?
Yeah, it was really cool actually. It was like we had like the whole thing rented out for us. So we could like roam freely around the whole thing. Um, so it was like a bunch of really cool exhibits. There was even like there was some like 90s hip hop exhibitions. So they had like different like Tupac, Biggie, Eminem, like I don't know
No
what like
kidding. Why was that in the Rock
memorabilia.
and Roll
I don't
Museum?
know. It was pretty cool. And then there was a Bon Jovi exhibition. Then there was like a whole place where you could just play different instruments,
Oh, sick.
like electric guitars and stuff, like full drum sets. Yeah, it was really cool.
Any your coworkers have any hidden talents for instruments? Did you show off any hidden talents that even I don't know about?
I might have discovered a hidden talent.
Go on.
No, I didn't discover anything.
Oh.
I tried to play the drums. I was pretty bad. I thought that would be light. It wasn't. Then I picked up the guitar and couldn't handle all that. Um, Tried the piano, no good. And then you could sing with the band, but I didn't want to show off too much. So
You could sing, so they had a live band at
they
the
had
Rock and
like,
Roll.
well, a live band is like stretching it, right? But they had like two people. One guy was on the drums, one guy was on the guitar, and they would play basically one of like 200 songs that you requested. People were
Wow.
singing like Creep. What else we have?
Oh, Creep is the
Unwritten.
biggest. Creep and Unwritten, and then Love
Yeah.
Story. Those are the big three of basic bitch karaoke.
Party in the USA.
Oh, there you go.
Um,
The Four Horsemen now.
Smells like Teen Spirit. That
The
was aggressive.
quintuplets.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Gosh.
Yeah, all the big ones.
All right. It sounds like a good time. And
Yeah.
again, thank you so much for joining the KDizzle podcast. I know
Appreciate
you
you
got
having
a
me.
difficult schedule, so appreciate you making time for us. All right. So, first thing I want to discuss is I started working out again recently. I know you work out a little bit. Yeah. A few of
Here
our
and there.
friends do it too. Do it a little bit here and there. So, today I decided, I hadn't been really working out. So, my definition of working out is like you get out there, you do a little bit of something. So I've just been doing push-ups. I've been doing push-ups forever, just getting
Yeah.
back into them. I slam out like 100 a day. It's what
There
I
you go.
usually do. Some days you don't feel like doing it, but you know what? It's about showing up. So some
Exactly.
days it's just you do 5, 10, whatever. But today I thought I was gonna ramp it up. I really want to like start. I don't want to have uneven muscles. I don't want my chest to be out to here, and then you got legs that are like the size of this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's important to do all your body parts in moderation. So, in light of that, I decided to start doing P90X. You know what P90X is?
No idea.
All right. So, basically, P90X is like a workout program from like the early 2000s, is what I'm guessing, because my dad has a bunch of these DVDs downstairs, and it's this guy. He's just absolutely shredded, and he's got like three little background dancers, and he just puts you through the worst workout of all time, like so painful. So
Okay.
there's like probably 11 DVDs total. There's like P90X cardio, there's P90X chest and back, there's P90X arms, shoulders, tries, there's P90X this, that, the other thing. There's
Yeah.
P90X Kenpo. Um so I decided to go with the first DVD, chest and back. I think I'm going to try to do push pull legs with the P90X. So I tried that today, and can I ask you a question?
Yeah, please.
Have you ever cried during a workout?
Um, Maybe during like preseason, honestly. High school
Maybe during
preseason.
preseason. I could definitely.
Maybe.
I remember maybe a little bit of throwing up coming out of me.
Like
Whoa,
during the beep
pause.
test.
Yeah,
Yo.
no, it wasn't during the pee test, but it was actually during 10 fives, just at the end of practice
Oh,
one day,
yeah.
and we just had to run excessive amounts of them. It wasn't
Yeah.
at the end of practice; it was end of summer practice,
Yeah.
and
In
just a
like
little
95-degree summer.
yeah, I just go down to spit, and next thing I know, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, it literally just
Yeah.
comes all out. I'm like, fuck, damn. But um, yeah. So today I did the P90X chest and back, and they had workouts out there that were so ridiculous that no one, I don't think, on the planet would ever
What the
think to
fuck did
do.
you do?
I don't know. I mean, they just basically are taking like so I've never worked out back in my life, and they had me do like probably nine different types of pull-ups. And
You've never done
hadn't,
back?
I don't think I've ever done back in my life,
Really?
actually, except for like upright rows or just
Okay.
seated rows, but
Okay.
that's about it. I've climbed before, but I don't count that as really a back workout. It's just more like everything workout
Yeah.
climbing.
Yeah.
So they had me do like they have these things called towel pull-ups. They have corn cob pull-ups. I don't even know if any of these terms sound remotely familiar,
No.
but you're like moving on the bar, and I'm like, I can't do this. Like, I needed a chair underneath me, obviously, because there was like
Yeah.
no way I'm going up, left, right.
Those are like
Like,
core workouts at that point.
it's core, it's back, it's like everything. Like, they also have an ab ripper X that they do afterwards, but yeah, it's designed to be like full body, but targeting specific muscles too.
Muscle
So they
groups.
got,
Yeah.
yeah. So I actually during curls, so they had one set of curls where so you're holding one arm like this. You have both the weights in your hand. So I got 20s in my hand, right? So
Yeah.
I'm holding 20s. I'm going like a little lighter than what I like. I would usually do like 3 sets 25. Like that's usually what I would do, or 5 sets of 25. And like either drop set or like 10, 8, 6, and then maybe go heavier. I don't know. I've varied. I've mixed it up. But I had some 20s, so a little
Yeah.
lighter than usual. They got me do 16 of these, right? So you hold it in one arm like this, up in the upright position, and then you're curling in the other arm. All right.
Jesus.
And then you switch and you go back and you're doing 3 sets of this.
So
Three
after
sets of
16
16.
after 16 curls, you're just holding it up like this?
Yeah, you're holding it up. So you got
Wow.
60, so it's 16. No, no. So actually, sorry, I described that wrong. So you do four and then you hold, and then you go to the other arm, and then you hold, and then you're doing four again. You see what I'm saying? And then you do 3 sets of that 16. You get like a 30-second break in between.
Okay. I see.
That was the first
Yeah,
time
that's
I've ever
intense.
that was the first time I've ever cried
Yeah,
during
that's
a
a little too
workout.
much.
I didn't break down in tears like sad cry, but there were tears rolling down my face because I was yelling as I was
Dude,
trying to do them. I was screaming in my household,
that sounds
bloody,
horrible.
bloody murder, because I wanted to get the bar up to my, shoulder. And the only way I could do that was by yelling, bring it because the guy keeps saying bring it. So I was
Bring
just
it.
yelling back at him, bring it. Yeah, I was like, I was literally screaming back at him, like, bring it. Yeah, I'm
How do you
bringing
feel
it.
now?
Yeah, it hurts. It hurts a lot. I actually don't feel like I have arms, or a back. So I had to lie down actually for a solid like hour and a half today. I just
There we go.
like laid down on my rug, couldn't move. Shower felt great though
Good
after.
rug.
Yeah, great rug. Oh my God. But yeah, I'll be doing that probably. I don't regret it. The one thing about workouts is that, sometimes it's tough to get down there and do it, but once you
Certainly.
do it, you never
Uh,
regret it. You never regret it.
yeah, well,
So,
yeah, that's fair.
unless you like are stupid about it. Don't be stupid
Yeah,
about it. Like
yeah,
don't do
yeah,
something that like there are points in this workout. It is a 55-minute workout, all right? Like I did not do the full 55 minutes because I was
yeah,
fully aware that I could not do everything. If I tried to do everything, I would have hurt myself
yeah,
immensely. Like there
yeah,
was no way. Like I work out, I do push-ups which are relatively like that's chest, it's abs, shoulders, does, the trick depending on your grip, whatever. Not grip, but like where you place your hands.
yeah,
But I knew I wasn't ready for this type of workout to do it in completion with these crazy people. All right. So
yeah.
be smart about it. Don't regret it because you're being dumb about the way you work out. All right. Now tell me a little bit about your recent workouts. Anything interesting? Anything new?
No, I've been playing soccer, so feel like I can't run nearly as much as I could back in the day. Kind of sucks. Yeah, having some shoulder pain, so I can't really work out too much.
Oh, was it like what?
Yeah, I don't
One
know.
shoulder
It's
or both
just it's
shoulders?
just like my left shoulder. I can't like do pull-ups. Can't really do push-ups. Kind of
Oh
sucks.
shit. That stinks. Are you
Yeah.
gonna go to see a doctor about it or what?
Yeah, probably at some point if it like keeps lingering. It's
Is it
only
like a
been like
click? You got a click?
no, it's like a pain in my rotator cuff. It's like shooting pain. Kind of
Jeez.
sucks. Yeah.
All right. Well, everyone in the comment section, please pray for
Yo,
Rahul.
please pray for me.
At least you're doing cardio though, and that's the most important part,
Yeah, but
keeping
I
the
do
heart
cardio
healthy.
like once a week, if that. So
It's hey, guess what? That's better than 0 times a week, pal. All right. There's a lot of people doing it 0 times a week. So
very true.
good for you for getting out there and doing something. Seriously, good for you. All right.
Thanks, guys.
Well, a little workout. Just want to tell you a little bit about my job today. I talk about my job a lot in the podcast. I just figured, stories keep coming up. Got to keep milking them.
Yep.
So today, midday, I work Monday, Wednesday, Friday this week. All right, nothing crazy. I
No,
get a text from my boss. Can I read this to you? I'll read it
please.
verbatim, actually. Yeah.
It's from Big Boss.
Nah, not from the just my manager, not the big
Okay,
boss
okay.
manager. So I go. So he goes, "Hey Kyle, can you work this Saturday 10 to 12:30?" That part's normal. Like, sure.
Yeah,
You need me to cover a shift, no big deal. But it's weird. It's like 2.5 hours, right?
yeah, yeah.
So then it's
Very
followed up
specific
by
timing.
specific timing, right? So I'm like, yeah, I can. And he's like, good. We need someone to be Clifford. And then he follows it up with the big red dog.
Go.
So I'm sitting there like, oh, okay. So you told me 10 to 12:30 and I agreed. And then we dropped the Clifford news.
Yeah, that's screwed up.
Interesting. Interesting. So they wrote me in, they got me. So I got absolutely scammed at work today. So
Yeah,
if you want to come see me, I'm not dropping the Addy. You know where to find me. I'll be
I
Clifford
will
the
be
Big Red
there.
Dog,
I'll be there
10
no
to
matter what.
12:30. So yeah. I think people are gonna absolutely love to see that. I'll post a picture maybe on the next podcast
That
of
would be
me
huge.
in the costume, but apparently they got a whole costume ready for me. It's some sort of event for the kiddos.
Little
They're
book
doing
signing?
like
Are you gonna be signing books?
no, I don't know if I'll be signing books, but I think I will be like running around the store in a big red dog outfit with kids cheer. Yeah, I don't know if barking is actually in the picture. I'm just like keen to know what's the pay? Is this like the normal
Standard
pay
pay.
rate? Because I feel like this is sort of beyond the scope of the job. Like, so when I'm looking through the job description, right? If I go back, it's like when you sign up for this work, it's like, all right, you're organized, good communication skills.
Clifford the
Yeah.
big red dog.
There's no Clifford the Big Red Dog. There was nothing there in the job description about that. It's just a little bit like, you know,
Yeah. And
incentivization here. You know what I'm
giving you at
saying?
least time and a half.
At least time and a half, because I feel like it's maybe beyond the scope of the
Oh
job.
yeah. Oh yeah. A
Feel
little
like
bit.
maybe.
Just a little bit.
But yeah, so that's gonna be fantastic. I take trying to take it as a compliment. Maybe it's like you're a good guy, maybe good with kids, camp
I mean, yeah.
counselor.
They wouldn't
So
give it to someone they didn't trust.
yeah, so I'll take it as a positive. But so now I'm Clifford. So I hope everyone's excited to see that.
So now I'm Clifford.
Um, yeah, now I'm Clifford, just Clifford, just Cliffs,
It's just Clifford. It's just
just
Clifford.
Just Clifford.
I mean,
You know
why would
what?
I go?
Actually,
It's just Clifford.
you know what? Let's talk about that. Actually, you know why? We should talk about that because that's something we say
It's
all the
just
time.
cliffs.
Um, what me and Rahul are referencing right now is just cliffs. That's what it is. Um, I studied abroad in Copenhagen, Denmark, and I had roommates there. And when you're in Copenhagen in a new country, any new country, honestly, you want to explore. You're looking for new things to do. So two of my roommates were actually locals, like Denmark locals. They've lived there their whole life. And I was like, great, I have a great resource to ask for restaurants, points of interest, other locations to travel, whatever it may be.
Yep.
So I was looking up some cool areas of Denmark, like where could I go visit that would be super cool, maybe fun, especially when Rahul came to visit me. Rahul was also studying abroad and he came to visit me in Denmark. And I was like, man, I think I should take him somewhere fun, something we could do together. So this one of my roommates, man, was the worst. Like he
Yeah.
was so mean, like arrogant, mean, just hated outsiders. Like, why would you do this program with all these like abroad students if you didn't like them?
Yeah.
Just move somewhere else. There's plenty of affordable places that are not with, us abroad kids. You know what I mean? I was always nice. Like I was always a nice kid. I was always nice to him. Um, like I was just respectable, like respectable at least. And you can't expect me to know everything about the country, culture, and language when I'm there for literally like, I don't know, a month. You know what I mean? I'm still learning. I'm still learning. All right. So this kid, he always rained on my parade, bro. Like every single time he got the opportunity, just rain on my parade. Yeah, ask you to just look at you with disgust, like, ugh, foreigner. Bruh. So I'm with Rahul, and there's this place in Denmark called Mons Cliffs. All right. And it's like this pretty site, and it looked really cool in the photos. It's
Yeah.
basically a cliff, it overlooks the ocean. Um, and it's honestly, I think it's a UNESCO World Heritage Site. I'm pretty sure.
Really?
Don't fact check me on that, but I'm pretty sure it is like just, it's like a really cool sort of rural site. All right. I don't know how to describe. And I was super excited. I was like getting ready to be like, all right, man, we should totally check this out. Like we could totally take the train. I don't know, maybe even rent a car. And I'm asking my roommate, and I'm like, man, like, is this cool? Have you been there? He's like, man, it's just cliffs.
It's just cliffs.
It's just cliffs. It's just cliffs. And I'm like, great. You know what? It doesn't sound that bad the way I told it, but you should have been
No,
there.
but
You should have been there.
he waited like 30 seconds, just like it's just cliffs.
His delivery was
Yeah,
just so just arrogant
it's
and
cliffs.
disgusted, and he was just so pompous about the whole thing, man. It was just like we're so excited, like we want to experience things when we're here. And he's like, it's just
Just
cliffs, man.
cliffs.
It's just cliffs.
Just
Just
cliffs.
just cliffs.
He had one more crash out while I was there, but I don't remember what it was.
Yeah. Oh my God. He had so many generational crash outs, like ones for the ages. Actually, there was one time I like texted late in the group chat that one of my friends was coming to stay with me, and he
Yeah.
like woke up in the morning, walked out because he was staying on the couch, and he started screaming. And he was like, "Who the fuck is this random stranger in our living room?" I'm like, "Dude, I texted the group chat like my buddy's staying." He's like,
Yeah.
"Dude, you gotta text sooner than that." I was like, "Well, I texted. Like, just check your phone."
Yeah.
Um,
Was
even
it
if like he,
someone from school?
yeah, it was someone from
From
my
YSU.
college.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was just like, ah, dude. And there was so many worse. There was one with like soap. There was one time. All right, this is actually. All right, so the dish soaps in Copenhagen are the ones that we had at
Oh
least
my
look
gosh.
so similar. So there's floor soap that's like a 29 letter word, and then there's dish soap that's like a 29 letter word, and they're so similar. Like something I would never know, all right? They're the same color and everything. So I put the I put the floor soap on the sink for our dishes. And it was there for like
I
a
think I
week.
was there for that, dude.
Oh, were you
I
actually?
think so.
It was there for like a week and a half, and you figured he'd notice at least because he's Danish,
Oh,
right? Like,
yeah.
or someone else would notice because he's Danish. But it was there for a week and a half, and no one said anything. I was just trying to be nice and replace the soap. They look identical.
Yeah.
Um, but it was floor soap, and he found out that it was floor soap like a week and a half later, and he's thought like he just started freaking out. He's like, "We're all gonna die. Like this is so fucked. Like you need to ask like when you put the soap out." I was just like,
Bro.
"How am I supposed to like they look identical? Plus, it's soap is soap. Like
Yeah.
it's not gonna kill
Floor
you.
soap
Like
versus dish soap.
whatever. It's soap is soap. Like I don't what science is out there that's like floor soap is actually gonna kill you. Like soap is soap, man. So
Soap is soap is soap.
yeah, I think the comment section is low key gonna flame me and think like half of these like I'm overreacting or it's my fault, but like, see, it
I mean,
wasn't.
yeah.
All right, it wasn't. All right. What was I gonna ask? What was that taking me to? Um, I don't even remember. All right, I'll move on to the next segment. I was actually reading an article and they were talking about cloning. Okay.
Okay.
Not to get like incredibly deep, but I was just wondering if you had the opportunity to be cloned after you died, is that something you would like? Would you leave the scientist with a lock of your hair and be like, I want you to clone me when
Would
I die?
I be living in my clone's body?
No, your consciousness doesn't get transferred. It's just like you are like, you take some
If
DNA,
someone really wants to clone me, then like sure. I don't
but
know
you
who would
don't
want to
really
clone me.
care. You don't really care if you have like you or someone like you walking around out there.
No, but that would be like aura farming.
Wait, actually, no, let's go back and say your consciousness did get transferred into your.
Oh,
So you are a baby now. Or actually, you could really come back any age you want, right? Because you're a clone. Let's say you come
mm,
back as a child, but really you live till like 102 and you
but
have
you're living a
102.
completely different life.
Yes, you have 102 years of experience in your brain, but now you're a
Nah,
baby again.
nah, I don't think I would want that. Feel like you live once, just live it out. Why run it back?
Yeah, I actually tend to agree with that. I feel like part of if you were you technically be immortal at that point, right? And
Yeah. Well, yeah. I
because you could
guess
keep
depends on
transferring
if
your
it, yeah,
consciousness,
if
you
it
can
keeps
keep doing it. If the
transferring, then yeah.
technology's there, you could transfer it as many
Yeah, that's
times as you
fair.
want. So you can be immortal. Um, but at the same time, I think there's something to be said about outgrowing your friends. Like all your friends died, like all the people you knew for your 102 years. You know, your parents, grandparents,
Yeah.
your friends, they're no longer around and you're starting alone
Fresh.
again.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's just like, do you
Yeah, I
do you
wouldn't
really
want
want
that.
to do all of it again?
No. No, especially with like a full lifetime's baggage completely coming with you. And then
I guess
imagine
it
that
really,
compounding over generations.
yeah, all your regrets and moments you maybe messed up, and it's
As
just
wise
like
as you can become, you can also go crazy.
you could become crazy from all the stuff that happens. Just,
Yeah.
I feel like you would go crazy if your
Yeah.
consciousness got transferred and you just had to live again. I
Yeah.
feel like you'd be like, so, I don't know. I guess it really depends on the mentality you take it, because by the same token, if I were to come back, there's so many things I could do, and there's so many more things I would know that you could do life maybe on easy mode. But I don't know if that's even necessarily the case because things change so much.
Yeah. I don't, especially 100 years after the fact, like you're living a totally different life.
At the same time, okay, so you're 100 years old. It's not 100 years after. Like you're 100, you die, you're cloned right after. So you're
But
right
you
back
were
in
a
it.
kid 100 years ago.
Yeah, you were a kid. I don't know. You don't necessarily come back as a kid. You could come back perhaps at any age. And then you still have all the money you had
No,
left
no.
over if you had any left over, and you could go do anything that you wanted to do. I don't know. It's just
Well,
sort
now
of,
you're extending the thought.
I don't know. I'm extending it, just playing devil's advocate. I'm like, at the same
Well,
time,
then,
you could do anything you know.
well, just because I get cloned and transferred into a new life doesn't mean I can become Messi or Luka Doncic. How about Luka
Why not?
Doncic?
Why not? Maybe you could. There's no
That's
reason
true.
you couldn't. Like you could
Well,
probably you'd be
genetics.
like, I always wanted to. That's true. You're not gonna be 6'7", but if you can get cloned, I'm sure they could do some genetic sequencing to make you taller at that rate, right?
That is fair. Maybe I need to get cloned.
Maybe you do. Now, okay, so now what's your opinion? If you
Nah,
gotta
still no. Definitely,
still now,
definitely. Yeah. One life. Hopefully it goes well. And then, if it doesn't, tough luck. On to the next one.
what if you did have a bad life though?
Why would you want to run it back then?
To get
Like,
vengeance, justice.
do you need vengeance?
I don't know. I guess that's up to the older, wiser of us to decide if we want to come back. I wonder, I feel like my opinion is going to change on this so much because honestly, even at the ripe young age of 22, where the world's still my oyster, I feel like, I don't know, I'm trying not to live with any regrets, but I feel like I could have done things differently in certain aspects already in my life.
Yeah, I mean, it'd be hard for you to have lived a perfect life so far.
Yeah, I think that's just part of life, though, is that it's
Yeah,
not
exactly.
perfect. And that's kind of the beauty of it, too.
Just comes down to how you take it. Are you going to make it a regret or are you going to use it as something to learn and grow from?
That's true. I think that's a positive outlook on it. Don't, because you know what? If we lived a perfect life, we would never learn any lessons, right?
Yeah, probably.
We would never learn and grow. I feel like we
Yeah.
wouldn't grow as people if we lived a perfect life and
Yeah.
nothing ever went wrong. I think things have to go wrong.
Yeah, you can't. I mean, yeah, I agree with that. I agree with that.
Man, I like that discussion. That was good.
That was good.
All right. Well, let's see. All right. So we're going to be right back. Rahul, do you want to do the snap transition? It's not going to be any transition.
All
All right.
right. When do I go?
All right. Ready? Go. I'm not going to do a transition for you. I'm just going to leave that in. do the, yeah. Welcome back. We're here. All right. We're going to close out the podcast with a topic I know you love to discuss. And I had this specifically in mind when you came out onto the pod. And that is football.
Let's do it.
So I have a little quiz for you. We love
Okay.
trivia on this podcast, all right? And I got a prize. All right. So I'm going to tell you what the
Damn.
prize is before this time. So my store sells Premier League soccer trading cards. No, you'll
Oh, the
be
tops
and
ones? pretty cool.
I will buy you a pack. I'll
All
buy you a
right.
big booster pack
Like a big pack.
if you can get pack landed. So if you can get all my trivia questions right,
All 100%.
100%.
Oof. All right. Let's
All
see.
right. My first trivia. So who are three of the top 10 goal scorers? And you cannot name the top three. And I'm not going to tell you who the top three is. And if you name someone in the top three, it's just an automatic disqualification right then and there.
Wait, wait. Say the
I
question
want
again.
you I want you to name three of the top 10 current goal scorers in the Premier League. There are the top three right now. Okay. I know who they are. I hope you do. If you say any of their names, whoever's number one, two, and three,
I'm out.
then you're automatically disqualified. You can name the
Okay.
rest. So you have seven options, six options,
Okay.
seven options. I don't know.
Um, Mateus Cunha.
All right. That's one,
Um,
which is crazy because Wolves is in like last place.
yeah, he's a beast. He's actually so good. So I can't say Hans Salah. Um, and I don't think I can say Isak. So I'm gonna go with, and I don't love this guess, Cole Palmer.
Correct. It's
Okay.
actually above Cunha.
Really?
Yes, three goals above Cunha.
Oh, Chris Wood.
There you go, Chris Wood, Nottingham Forest. They're having an
Nice.
insane season.
Bang. Yeah,
Bang. There you go. All right, three
Chris
for three
Wood.
so far.
Chris
All
Wood,
right,
Nottingham
moving
Forest doing
on.
very well. Yeah.
Yeah, oh my God, they're in like third, right?
Yeah, they're overperforming a bit, but not unfairly so. Just good performances.
Yeah, let's talk about how they signed like 19 people a couple years ago. Now
Yeah,
they're number
they
three. They develop fast.
yeah, they keep signing like 10 plus players a window and kind of just spraying and praying and looks like it might have landed this time.
And that's why casting a big net is important, ladies and gentlemen, in anything in life. Learn that. Learn that now. Learn from Nottingham Forest. All right, so that was relatively easy. All right.
Yeah. Okay.
Now we're moving on. It's going to get a little more challenging as we go. But if you know ball, you're going to have zero problem with this. Okay. So my next set of questions is same thing with the assists in Premier
Oof,
League. You can't name the top three, but you can name anyone else in the top 10.
dude, that's tough. Fuck, man. Top three is just gonna screw me because I have absolutely no idea.
I will give you a hint. There are a lot of big names on this list.
yeah,
There's
Trent,
actually an American in the top three, interestingly enough, but you can't say him.
Trent Alexander-Arnold.
Yeah, he's on there.
Okay. Wow, Anthony Robinson's top three. That's crazy. I appreciate that hint. I mean, I was never even gonna guess him. I didn't even think he was top 10, top 20.
Yeah, I'm shocked, to be honest.
Salah is probably leading in assists, and the second, I don't think it's Cole Palmer, but I'm not gonna guess him anyway. Um, dude, this is tough. This is not that easy.
I can give you. I don't want to give you.
Don't give me any hints yet. Wait,
I won't give you
do I
any
have
hints.
lives? Or is it one
I
answer?
that's interesting. I didn't consider giving you lives. Maybe I
One
will give
strike?
you. Yeah, I will give you one strike on each separate category we have.
Okay, okay, fair
So
enough.
actually, you know what? I'll let you have two strikes because you didn't use any on your goals.
Oh, so
I'll let that carry over. So now
okay,
you have
okay.
two extra lives.
That changes everything. So I said Trent. I gotta speed this up. Um,
Yeah, you're gonna get on time limit now.
Let me say Semenyo.
Semenyo. No, not on the
No,
list.
not on the list. Okay. Um, that's not good.
One strike.
One strike out of two. Dude, I am totally blanking. This is horrible. Odegaard, top three.
No, two strikes. Now you gotta get two right.
Yo, Odegaard isn't even top 10. I guess he's
Nope.
missed a bunch of games.
No, he is not top 10. I,
Saka?
he's top three.
What? He's been out for months.
He's top three.
Dude, that is just I'm about to crash out.
Do you want to know who it is? Do you want me to
I'm
tell you?
looking at it. Salah, Robinson, Mikael Damsgaard. Oh,
The Danish.
I'm
They're taking
sick to my
over.
stomach. I'm sick to my stomach.
He was actually my roommate in Copenhagen.
Really, it's just
Yeah,
cold.
he was that good. That was him. Spoiler alert.
Dude, I could have said Cole Palmer. Could have said De Bruyne. Dude, I'm gonna get flamed.
All right. Let me. I'm gonna give you a chance at redemption. I will still give you a smaller booster pack if you can get the rest right. Okay, how's that?
I love it. I'm here
All
for the
right.
game anyway.
So this is actually gonna be.
I
This
gotta
is
close
this is
this
gonna be
app.
the. This was supposed to be the hardest one because I thought you'd get goals and assists. This
This
is
is tough,
passes.
dude.
This is passes completed, and I will
Can't name
let you
top
go in the.
three.
You can name top three.
Okay. Passes completed. Can you give me what the majority of the positions are on this list? Is it mainly center backs or center mids?
Um,
Or is it goalies?
I would say defenders.
Defenders. Okay. So Van Dyke.
Van Dyke is on there.
Um, who's Gavardiol?
Yes, he's three.
Yeah. It's another possession based center back team. Gabriel.
Mm, 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 mm. Unless he's tied. No, he's not. He's not in the top 10.
Wow. Wow. Damn.
You got the first. You got one and three. The number two, I feel like actually might surprise you. Maybe it won't. I don't know.
Mm, dude, I'm just trying to think of like who's playing week in, week out on a team that builds out from the back. I thought Arsenal would be that team. Like I thought it would be
There's
Gabriel.
actually two players from the same team in the top 10.
Mm, get. Um, Two players from the same team in the top 10. And did I name a player from that team yet?
No, not yet. Not yet,
Okay.
actually.
Well, that doesn't help me at all. So I don't think it's an Arsenal center back. It's not a Liverpool. It's not a City.
They're not all center backs, by the way. Just,
Yeah,
I
that's
mean,
fair. That's fair. Yeah. I guess I'm thinking about it a bit too narrow. Declan Rice.
no, he's not on here.
Well, I'm a bum.
I'll give you one more guess.
I'm gonna guess for guessing's sake. Yeah. Dude, what am I doing? Um, I'm actually
It's
really
getting
frustrated.
Rahul exposed.
Dude, I think these are like great guesses too. Fuck.
You actually, I
Um,
mean, I don't see Declan Rice in the top 20 as of
okay. Yeah,
now,
no. That was my
but you
bad.
were close with Gabrielle. I mean, he's 14, so.
Yeah, I'm shocked that he's not top. Well,
There is an Arsenal guy top 10 though.
is it Saliba?
Yeah.
Oh my God. It was
Yeah.
literally a toss up between the two of them. That's so
Yeah.
annoying.
Yeah. The two guys are Colwill and Caicedo, Chelsea.
Really?
Yeah.
I
They're
guess
both
that
in the
makes
top
sense.
10 actually.
Yeah.
Yeah. Colwill's number 2 and Caicedo is number 10. So,
Colwell's number two.
yeah. Yeah.
He is
He has
terrible.
1668 completed and then Van Dyke just clears everyone. He has 1758.
Yeah, Van Dijk's he
He's
just
just him.
dictates their game. Everything goes
Yeah.
through him basically.
Clearly, I mean, unbelievable. All right, so bonus round for redemption. You lost your prizes. Can you name the only two players in the Premier League with more than one red card?
I don't think so, but I'll try. With more than one red card, two players. No. Um, Wait, is one an Arsenal player?
I don't even know what club he's on, actually. Let
Okay.
me see. I don't even. Is he even on a club right now? Or like. Oh no, I think he's in the. I think he got like.
Released mid-season? Who is this guy?
Do you know? I'm gonna tell you who this is, and then the other person I'm gonna let you guess. This is
Okay.
Jack Stevens.
Jack Stevens, Southampton?
I don't think he's on Southampton. Like it says he's on Coventry right now.
Oh, they probably shipped his butt out.
Yeah, I think they shipped his butt over there. The
Yeah,
other player is from a big club, like one of the biggest in the world, obviously.
one of the biggest in the world.
Like top 4, top 5 club in the Prem. Well,
Two
not like
red
playing
cards.
wise, but just like history wise.
Um, two red cards, one of the biggest clubs in the world.
The Derby. It's a big Derby.
United. Bruno Fernandez?
Yeah, yeah, he got it.
Damn.
Bruno. Yeah, I don't know what Bruno was doing this season to be acting up like that, but he
I
is
guess
one of the two players to
he was
have
just
two red cards.
crashing out.
He is crashing now, but he's also playing decently well. I think he was actually on the assist leader.
Yeah, he was top 10 for assists. I mean, he does his job.
He
He's
does his
not doing.
job, but he gets a little angry doing it.
Yeah, I mean, I would get angry playing for that team right now. They're pretty bad.
Yeah, I would too, to be honest. I don't watch a ton of United, but I
Not
know my
missing out on
roommate.
much.
I know my roommate's a big fan, and I'm sure watching. Is McTominay still there?
No, they sent him to Italy.
Sent it to Italy as they should have. Watching him just
Yeah.
run around the field like a total wiener.
I
And
have a
then,
question for you.
yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
How do you feel for Sushan right now, given the recent news?
Oh, man. Yeah, we should probably say yeah, Luca to the freaking Lakers, man. That's
Crazy.
that is actually unbelievable. I am convinced the GM had to be on some sort of made up drug that has to be a combination of like cocaine, crack, and heroin
Yeah, he
because
probably hit the DMT cart.
he probably hit whatever that is because holy moly, like what on earth? You're trading the best player in the league for someone who's only got a few years left and a bum everything, to be honest. The guy
Yeah,
spends more time on the floor than he does standing playing up, Anthony Davis.
Anthony
Um,
Data Davis.
Anthony Day to Day. That's actually really funny. Anthony Day to Davis. I'm surprised. I feel like I've definitely heard that before, but it felt
Yeah,
like the
Stephen
first
A.
time I heard that. Yeah, Anthony Day to Davis. That is so funny. Um, yeah, I it is absolutely unbelievable. I
I just feel really
genuinely,
bad because he's such a nice guy and Sushan doesn't make fun of anyone. So
yeah. Sushan. someone who really looks after everyone,
Yeah.
someone who always is like looking out for everyone's best interest. Like if you have a problem, like he's the
Spread,
first guy
yeah,
you want to
spreading
go to,
positivity.
spreading positivity all over the place. Just never, like trying to annoy you.
No,
Um,
never.
so
It's a
just like
shame.
just feel, especially because like such a close, tight knit relationship with those Mavericks. And it's
Yeah.
like something the Reddit he practically runs the place, and it's just
Yeah.
now it's full of Anthony Davis, someone who
And Max
not.
Christie and Caleb Martin.
Oh, Max Christie, he's worth like three firsts. Yeah, no,
That
the
changes everything.
unbelievable. Yeah, so I think really the NBA had some sort of came down from Mr. Silver, and they were just like,
Yeah.
do something big in the league to like boost ratings because regular season ratings are awful. Like no one wanted to watch regular season NBA anymore for good reason, full of foul baiting and just unwatchable basketball.
Yeah.
Sushan would argue from the New York Knicks. I would disagree. Um, but I think they were just like, we need to shake something up like crazy. Let's take the best player in the league and move him to
The
the one
Lakers.
of the biggest markets in the
Yeah.
NBA, and then just get people's interest back up. That's like the only explanation
Explanation.
that would make sense
Yeah, I
because
mean, it makes sense from league's perspective, but
the GM didn't even tell the coach.
I
What
know.
kind of relationship is that? That's crazy.
Yeah, I think Bronny sent a communication up to Mr. Silver and they moved some pieces for LeBron.
Mr. Hey, Mr. Basketball, help my dad out before he
Hey,
leaves. Mr. Mr. Basketball CEO, help my dad out. My
and then
dad needs some
Adam
help
Silver
before he
sent
leaves.
he sent Bronny a super chat on Twitch.
Bronny was hitting Diamond One on Siege tonight. I'm so it's like you hit Diamond One, I'll give you Luca. So that's basically
Yeah.
his idea. He's
It
like,
was
what
like,
that mean? What
what
that
that
mean?
mean? Quid pro quo. Quid pro quo.
Yeah, absolutely insane. Similarly, on the same token, what do you think about the state of the Premier League right now? Sorry about the state of the NBA. What do you think about the state of the Premier League? Do you enjoy watching?
Yeah.
The soccer is still getting more entertaining, less entertaining. Who are you a fan of now? Where have your allegiances lie these days?
Yeah, so think the Premier League's in the strongest place it's ever been.
Oh,
Um don't think there's ever been this much attention on the league and definitely tons of money coming in and lots of interest in the US, which definitely helps it grow. My allegiances are for Barca, but I'm not watching them week in, week out just because I love the Premier League. And I'm liking games I'm enjoying the most this year are definitely Chelsea and Aston Villa. Those are the teams I tune into every weekend. So
emerging star Cole Palmer. So what about Aston Villa though?
Aston Villa, they've got a I don't know, just good atmosphere. I went to the stadium when I was studying abroad and really liked the atmosphere there. A lot of like super passionate fans.
As
Um,
they are over there.
they had this guy John Duran who went to Saudi Arabia 2 days ago for like $90 million.
Oh, I didn't hear about this at all.
Yeah, he's like a 21-year-old striker from Colombia. He was killing it this season and he had interest from Chelsea, West Ham, a couple other big teams in Europe, but the Saudis came in and offered him $17 million a year and then $90 million a Villa. So no one could really beat that offer.
So he was just after the money. He didn't want to stay in like an elite league. I feel like there's something to be said about, I can't talk because, I mean, here's my opinion. Like, if you're getting paid an absurd amount of money anyway, like, how much is enough? Like, is he even going to have fun over there in the soccer? Like, you're in the most competitive league in the entire world, right? You're the most competitive, most watched soccer league in the entire world. Is that
I
true?
mean, yeah, well, yeah. Um, think about it this way. If someone offered me $10,000 more to do the same work I do every day, probably leave.
That's true, but we're talking about, I don't know, how much would the second leading offer or the leading offer from the Prem be?
No more than like $8 million a year.
So literally, they more than doubled it.
Yeah. I mean, I can't imagine he was on more than $3, $4 million a year in the Prem right now. Someone in the Premier League was probably willing to double his salary, but no one was offering him $17 million a year in the Premier League for an unproven player. Like, why would you? And now he goes to Saudi, gets played with Ronaldo. He's on Ronaldo's team.
Oh,
Def
wow, really?
he's definitely on like the Kings team there, so they've got like all the funding and great facilities. So yeah, I mean, I understand it from their perspective. I obviously don't respect it, but I get where they're coming from. Like these people come from super different circumstances than most people, and I mean,
That's
like anyone
fair. You
else
know
would.
what? I didn't realize that the Saudi Arabian League was offering more than double
Yeah, I mean the
per
Saudis are
year.
they're coming in and they're blowing everyone's offer out of the water. There's no competing with them.
That's unbelievable. I
Yeah,
mean, it's just, I guess they're going to start developing a great soccer program then because they just have so much money and like,
you
I
would
guess it's
think,
got
but
it's
people
got
are
to
already
start
running
attracting
away.
it's got to start attracting attention at some point. They
They were
keep
playing the
poaching.
game on Fox Sports One the other day. They play Saudi League on like American TV now.
How was it? How'd it do?
I didn't watch. I'm
Yeah.
not watching that. I'm not supporting that league.
All right. I mean, fair enough. You know where your allegiances lie. Stick to your good old Prem. And I mean, that is where
Certainly.
all the action's at. Yeah, I just wonder at what point is like the difference between like 30 million and 90 million. Like, when is it, I guess, in fairness, it's like if you're a 21-year-old and you get offered $90 million as opposed to like 30 million, like you just set up six generations of wealth that
Yeah,
at 21 years old. But at the
you never
same time,
know. I mean, they're
yeah,
probably funding like their whole family, extended family's lifestyle. Like, these people aren't just funding their own lives. That's the thing. Like,
that's
once
true.
once you're in that web, like people start taking advantage of you. And I mean, me in that web, like in my experience, like people just as soon as I got my big offer, like a lot of rats.
You know what I mean? Friends turn into enemies, enemies turn into friends. Crazy world out there when you got your total bag, dog.
The cold world.
Cold Palmer world. That was awesome.
That was
Um,
tough.
yeah, it's just I was thinking at what point is it enough to just be like I want to play it in the best league in the world?
Yeah,
But
it's
I
pretty
feel
fair.
like anyone is going to take the money in that case. To be honest, if
I
it's
mean,
that significant, if it's that much more at 21, I'm feeling like if I hear that a year ago, I'm like, no doubt, honestly, no
maybe at
doubt.
that age, I think there's definitely, I agree with your point in terms of like being able to play at the highest stage when you're later in your career. And some people are definitely more achievement focused than like money focused. So there's definitely a subset of players that still like care about having legacy in Europe or the Premier League and like won't take a Saudi offer just for
I feel like if you're English, you have
to
more of a attachment to it because
the Premier
in
League, yeah. But
yeah,
like a
in
lot of
Colombia.
players have like Champions League
Oh yeah,
aspirations.
for sure. Absolutely. And yeah, achievement focused versus money focused is always going to be separating. I feel like the goods from the greats in the world maybe.
Yeah, it's pretty fair.
So, yeah, we'll see what happens now. Maybe this Duran guy will be the GOAT, win
I
Colombia World Cup or something like that. So, we'll see.
guess we'll have to see.
All right, so my last question for you is who is the best player in the Premier League right now?
Ooh, it's a great question.
Thank you.
Um, well, here's where my soccer snobby side comes out. Do we
Yeah,
mean
let
like
the people know the analysis. I want to hear it.
do we mean like who's the best player this season? Who do I think is like the most talented? Um,
You could go the best player this season and then the best player in the Prem. Doesn't have to be stat based. I don't want to hear
okay,
about potential. Well, you could tell me about the best potential too. You could do those three.
okay. Best player of the season, hands down, Salah. Like, there's no question. The man is going crazy. Liverpool aren't going to renew his contract, it seems like, and they are so dumb for it. He is blowing records out of the water right now. Um, yeah, he's going to be a Premier League all-time great after they win the league this year. Mo Salah, best player in the league this season. Who do I like watching the most? Um, Probably between two players, Enzo Fernandez and Phil Foden, two of my
Not Cole
favorites.
Palmer.
Cole Palmer this season has been playing in the same position he played last year. So I think that's really limited how creative he can be and how exciting and like dynamic he can be because they keep playing Madueke on the right side when he should be playing there. Um, but yeah, hopefully they figure that out. And then highest potential player. Um,
Well, what makes Phil? Who was it? Phil Foden and who else?
Enzo Fernandez.
Enzo Fernandez. And why do you love watching them so much?
Um, Enzo Fernandez kind of reminds me of Pogba, like center mids. I can just dime the ball like, to anyone's feet from wherever they are. Super creative and like definitely learn how to play soccer on the streets. I just like that style of play. And then Phil Foden just kind of reminds me of Messi. The way he moves, like
Oh
very
wow, high
shifty.
praise, very high praise actually.
Yeah, I mean he definitely doesn't have Messi output, but he has Messi like movement. So
That's interesting. I don't
yeah,
know if maybe I don't watch enough Phil Foden to necessarily agree or disagree. I feel like Messi's style is impossible to
yeah. No,
emulate.
he is not Messi, and he's not even close. But he's got ways that like he carries the ball or like when he beats people one on one, like he's not doing like crazy step overs and stuff, but he's using his body and like just generally his touch very intelligently to beat people instead of like doing these super
High
flashy
soccer
tricks.
IQ. All right.
Yeah.
Good
And
dribbling
then
ability.
highest potential, I'm gonna have to give it
Duran.
to probably actually probably could have been like a month ago. Now he's
Yeah,
just
except
cooked. Now
mm-mm.
he's just cooked.
Don't even know him anymore.
Don't even know him. Yeah, I like Alex Isak. Like people already know he's good though. But I think he can be like best striker in the world good. And then
He's Swedish, right?
no, he's Swedish.
Yeah, Swedish. I remember seeing him in the World Cup with my boy Emil Forsberg. Absolute
Yeah.
dog, by the way.
Emil Forsberg plays for the Red Bulls now.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Have to go to a Red Bulls game then.
Yeah.
Are you
Good.
wow? Like the
Yeah, he's
Harrison
yeah,
NJ Red
the
Bulls?
Harrison NJ Red Bulls.
Whew. I'll
Yeah.
definitely hey, we're definitely going to a game then.
I'm down. Pretty
Let's
cheap.
do that. Oh my God. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
All right, go for
Other
highest potential that's not Isak.
highest potential. It's
Come
not
on,
Isak.
do a personal Rahul favorite.
Ooh, personal Rahul favorite yet. Um, dude, you put me on the spot. No, no.
You're a
All
ball
right,
knower. You gotta know.
Semenyo, Bournemouth winger, or Dean Howson, their center back. Both
What do you see in him?
Semenyo is just so fast, like lightning fast. I think you'd actually really like him because you like Saint Max and you like Doku. Semenyo plays a lot like the two of them.
He's a
Um,
skiller.
Skiller, shifty, fast, great shot. Yeah, he's
We should
great.
expect big things from him then.
Yeah, expect a big move this summer.
Oh,
Yeah,
all right.
yeah. Mini Fabrizio is saying it here. And then Dean Howson's just like 6'6", 6'5", tall, lanky center back.
Reminds me of Wegerhorst from Man United.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Big United
Weghorst.
guy. Is he still
Big.
there? I don't even
Nah,
know.
they shipped them. They sent them to Turkey, I think. With
Oh,
Joel.
okay.
Joel's still asleep.
Thank you very much, Rahul. That was very good.
Thank you,
Um,
Kyle. Appreciate your time.
for all your takes. Yeah, and yeah, I think that'll conclude the podcast for today. Um, did I
My
record?
pleasure.
Oh, thank God I recorded. I was like, did I
Well,
record? Oh man, that
that
would
would
have
have been
sucked.
bad.
That would have been bad. Thank you everyone again. And yeah, we'll see you pretty soon, actually. I got a special podcast coming up tomorrow as well.
Damn.
Guest is hidden. You'll find out tomorrow.
All right. I'm
All
excited.
right. I will catch you later. Thanks everyone. Goodbye. All right.
Yo.